I love you too. I love you too. I am going to take full advantage of my 15 minutes, but I'm going to savor this moment. I'm not in a rush. I'm going to start by telling you a dream that I had, and it's the reason why I brought up my wife's artwork. This artwork that she made kind of reminded me of this dream that I had. Then I'm going to talk about the topic that I originally wanted to talk about, which is the difference between being noble and being savage, right? Being humble and being confident. And I'm going to talk with all of you about why community leaders need to pursue both of these things. And finally, I'm going to talk with you about what type of futurist are you? You see, everybody is a futurist. Everybody either is looking at history and then they are predicting what will happen based on history, or they're imagining what potentially could be, and then they are manifesting what could be as a futurist. So either you as a human being are a historian looking at what could be, and then declaring this is what's going to happen based on what has happened before, or you are a visionary declaring on what could be based on you wanting to manifest your preferred outcome. First, let's do story time. So take a look at my wife's artwork up here. Her name's Riza. She'll be up in just a moment. And you ever had a dream within a dream? You know, where you're in a dream and then you wake up from that dream and now you think you're out of the dream, but no, you're not. You're in the first dream. So I had this dream within a dream. And in my second level dream, all these little colorful characters, kind of like this, are around me making fun of me. They're like, you're fat, you got a bald spot, you're not as successful as some of your friends. And like in my dream within a dream, I'm feeling insecure, which is a little bit like I'm fairly confident as a dude. I think I know who I am and what I'm about, and I like myself. But in this dream, I mean, I was feeling very, very uncomfortable because all these little characters are picking on me. And right when I'm like ready to defend myself, I wake up into my first level dream. And you know, the first thought you have when you wake up into the first level dream from a second level dream, when it's a nightmare, is I'm so glad that's over. I'm so glad that wasn't real. I'm so glad these little animals aren't actually making fun of me and ridiculing me right now. And I remember in the first level dream, I think to myself, I don't know where this place is. How did I even get here? And all of a sudden, as it happens in dreams, I'm around a bunch of people. And all of us are around a pool. And in this pool, it's covered, and this really wealthy world leader comes up. Everybody knew who this person was. And so he comes up, and now remember, I'm surrounded by all these people. They look very athletic. And we're standing there kind of in front of this Olympic-sized swimming pool. And I'm thinking to myself, still, like, how did I get here? What's going on? I don't even know that I know this person. And all of a sudden, he says, okay, I brought all of you here for a reason. I'm at the end of my career. I'm ready to retire. And I brought all of you because you're all extraordinary people. And you know, inside I'm like, that's right, I'm extraordinary. I don't care what those little things said to me in my dream. And he goes, I have a challenge for you. I'm going to offer you one of three things. Either I'll give you 10 billion pesos and I'll set you up financially for the rest of your life, or I'll give you my business and you can earn 100 billion pesos over your lifetime. Or if you have the courage to take on my challenge, I'll let you marry my daughter. Because this really wealthy guy that everybody knows, he came from one of the cultures where, like, you know, matchmaking happens. And I'm sitting in my dream, and I'm thinking to myself, is this real? He's offering me money, or his business, or his daughter? And all of a sudden, he pulls back the tarp in my dream. And there's sharks and all sorts of dangerous animals in this pool. He says, first one across this pool gets to choose. Boom. I find myself in the water. I'm punching sharks. I'm biting water moccasins. I'm grabbing snakes. And I'm getting through the pool. I got to get through the pool. And I finally climb up on the edge of the pool. And I'm bloody. And the guy comes up to me and he goes, oh, that was amazing. And all these other athletes run up. That was amazing. That was incredible. I can't believe you did that. Do you want 10 billion? Do you want 10 billion pesos? And no, man, I don't want your money. I don't want your pesos. And he goes, you want to be my business partner? No, I don't want to be your business partner. He goes, son? No, I don't want your daughter. I'm married. And he looks at me and he says, well, then what do you want? And I said, I want to know who pushed me. I want to know who pushed me. And the reason I take up a third of my time to tell you that dream that I just made up is I'm going to push you right now, and not just today. I'm going to push you, I'm going to challenge you to live differently for the rest of your life. You see, I believe that nobility is likely the most important characteristic of any human being, whether that human is an athlete or a business person, whether they're a host or a KOL, no matter what role you're in government, in nonprofit sector. See, nobility is the most important characteristic of anyone's life. Being a valiant person, being a kind person, being loving, being faithful, being long-suffering, having grace toward others, being forgiving, forgiving yourself. The noble characteristics are of the most important characteristics a human can ever have. And you cannot be too noble. You and I will never arrive at perfect nobility. We must pursue and chase down nobility as though we are a hunter going after something that will feed our family. There's nothing more important than nobility. However, if you're only nice, kind, loving, noble, gentle, humble, meek, if you're only thoughtful and put others first and selfless, if that's all that your life is, the likelihood of you actually getting things done and accomplishing great things and building a legacy and having your children's children talk about the great exploits of your life is very low. You see, it requires a certain level of savagery to be an extraordinary human. Now, what is savagery? Savagery is when you become an unstoppable force. It is when your ambition and your drive, your tenacity, your confidence, your commitment is unstoppable. Nobody, no organization, no government, no nonprofit, no business, no father, no mother, no son, no daughter, no amount of money will stop you from accomplishing the goal that you set out before you. That, my friends, is savagery. Obviously, if you are only savage and you are not noble, you will blow out your community, you will ruin your relationships, you will likely end up drug addicted, in jail, suicidal, divorced. That, in and of itself, leads to a very, very difficult life. Just like nobility, in and of itself, leads to a very, very soft and maybe ineffective life. And the reason I took time to make up that dream, to tell you a funny story, to start our time by getting your attention, is to tell you I'm here to push you. You see, in my dream that I made up, I didn't stay in the pool and let the sharks eat me. I fought the shark. I grabbed the snake by the neck. I bit the sea lion. I made it through the pool. And when I was at the edge of the pool and the man comes up to me and says, you want my money? You want my business? You want my daughter? I wasn't interested in those things. I nobly responded with, I don't want what you have to offer. That's not why I'm here. I want to know who pushed me. Now, if you listen to me for the last 5 minutes of my talk right now, I'm going to invite you to a new life where in the future, you might tell your grandkids, there was this guy one time on October 11th, 2024, who rode around on this electric dragon. And he pushed me. He pushed me to think about being more of a noble man, more of a noble woman. He pushed me and he challenged me and he told me I had permission to be savage. I've been all over the world. I'm friends with lots of world leaders across the sectors of government and business and entertainment. I have the joy of speaking life into people. You see, part of my identity is that I am an encourager. I literally take my courage and I put it in somebody's soul. I am giving you, you noble man, I am giving you, you savage woman, permission to go further. Be more noble. Be more savage. Be unstoppable. Find that beautiful balance of humble confidence. I'm now going to transition my talk into what type of futurist are you with my last 3 minutes. So if you become this noble, savage human, you become this righteous, unstoppable force, then what do? What do you do when you're unstoppable? I would propose to you that what you do is you start to manifest the future that you want. You see, for many years, decades, centuries, and millennia, futurists, spiritual people call them prophets, those people that talk about what's going to happen one day, they were historians. They looked at what had happened the last 10, 100,000 years. They said, based on history, I kind of get the sense that this is where humanity is going. What we've come to understand about the ability to manifest is that most of us are not historians. Most of us are not looking at data and making predictions based on what has been. Rather, the type of futurist that we are is we're the visionary kind, the manifesting kind, the kind of futurist that says what could be as though it will be, with faith that it could be, and action to make it become the thing you imagine. In the sacred scriptures, shared by the Christian, Catholic, Jewish, and Islamic faiths, talks about how this unseen, mystical creator of all things created. It says he spoke. He said, let there be light, and there was light. For those 2 billion humans in the world that look to Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, as their spiritual leader, how did Jesus do miracles? How did Jesus raise the dead? Lazarus, come out! So what did Jesus do? He wasn't a historian. He didn't tell Lazarus that he would come out of the grave based on historical data. He manifested a man raising from the dead. He told a dead man to rise. How did Jesus turn water into wine? He said, tell everyone to bring me water. He told somebody to do something with the faith that he would manifest a transformation of water to wine. And then he prayed, and it was done. And finally, how are you? How am I going to create the life that we want to live? If we are community leaders, how are we going to balance nobility and savagery? And how are we going to find ourselves comfortable in the position of being a visionary that manifests what could be, what should be, and then follows through to ensure that it will be? So again, I'm here to push you. I'm here to make you uncomfortable. I want you to feel like you can be more noble, you can be more savage, and you can create the life, the career, the finances, the family that you know is possible, and to speak it forth, and to follow it through, and to enjoy the fruit of that faith. And with that, I thank all of you for your attention.
All right. Well, that was very motivating and definitely touched a lot of us. A man on the Segway on October 11th, 2024 pushed us. Up next to push us, though, is his wife, Riza Yupilo, the executive at Attention Live. Riza will share insights on how artists can harness the power of Web3 and AI to enhance their craft and broaden their impact. Let's give a warm welcome to Riza Yupilo for this lightning talk.
Good afternoon, everyone. It was a very powerful talk of my husband, and I'm a bit pressured now. I think you guys are thinking that I'm also the same as my husband. But anyway, my name is Riza Gitili. I'm the executive of Attention Live, and I'm different. I'm wearing different hats. But before I became part of Attention Live, before my husband actually absorbed me to be the executive of Attention Live, years ago, I used to be a fashion model for Philippine Fashion Week, and I'm also a 2-decade online business English teacher. I'm also a traditional artist, a painter, oil, acrylic, and textured. And now I am embracing the digital art. So today's talk, I would like to share you community artists and how to best use Web3 and AI. So long time ago, it's not really long time ago, but I know some of you guys here were just elementary during that time. So on Facebook, Facebook didn't have the app yet. It was a website. So you have to go to facebook.com and then sign in. And in there is an in-chat, the chat message where you can actually exchange messages. So I think you guys are thinking how old I am now. All right. So during that time, I know you guys were just elementary. So during that time, there was what we call clan. So who among you guys here still remember the clan? Right? Facebook clan. All right. So that is actually what we call nowadays online community. In Facebook clan before, the messenger can only accommodate up to 150 to 200 members. And after that, you cannot join, or else they will create batch 1, batch 2, batch 3 just to become part of it. Now we have our messenger. Telegram, and different types of messengers where people can actually create community. So one thing that I have noticed is that people don't actually know, or some people don't actually know the impact of this community to artists. So I've been part of the community, the Hugs. Who among you guys here know about Hugs? Hugs is actually the CEO of, sister of the Facebook owner, Mark Zuckerberg. Her sister is actually the CEO of that. So I'm part of it. So it's actually a community for digital artists. So I became part of it when I went to New York the last April for NFT NYC. So I went there, not an artist, but I got inspired of this artist, so that is the reason why I joined that community. So how best use the Web3 and AI? So let's start with the Web3. So if you guys were in Web2 before, or if you're still in Web2, all right? So Web2 is a centralized. Web3 is decentralized, where you can own. So in the community, if you will be part of the community for artists, all right? So there in the community, there are many communities nowadays like Discord. So who are you guys a member of Discord community, where most digital artists can actually look and find and meet different artists and also clients. So I have some friends who can get their clients in there. So just like what my husband shared earlier, he said that he is actually pushing you guys. But I'm telling you now, you don't have to be pushed to be part of the community. I'm so sorry. I'm not actually against you. All right? I'm just telling you that you don't have to be pushed to be part of the community. You don't have to be pushed to be part of this event. Yesterday, we actually have a booth, Attention Live there, and I met different types of people. And yesterday, I had different conversations with people, and I asked them, what made you guys to come here? And some of them, there's their first time. And one of them told me that, oh, because my friend insisted me to come here. But I didn't know that this is really a very important place. I met different types of people, and to find out that he's a gamer. He's a gamer, and he met different people. I also met different artists. So this event is also one of the best way how we can empower and not to be pushed, all right? Just to be part of this. If you really want to enhance your, not only your skills, but also to know more about how you can interact, collaborate with different people. So when we say artists, it's not only about drawing. There are many different types of artists. Singers are also called artists, right? So if you will be part of different events and communities, it can actually help you. You don't have to be pushed. You don't have to be eaten by the sharks just to be part of the community or be part of this event, and to find out and to discover how it can actually help you. So let's talk about AI. So in my last talk before in Bacolod, PBW Bacolod, I actually shared how Web3 and AI collide and what's the impact of this too. So AI, most people thought that AI is just the chat GPT, right? And some other people are also thinking that using AI is cheating. Using AI, you cannot be called an artist if you are using AI. But that is not true. AI is a tool to enhance your art. a 7-year-old son who actually used Procreate using my iPad to draw. So what we did with his drawing is that we put his drawing in ChatGPT, and we asked ChatGPT for a prompt, and we brought the prompt to Midjourney. And Midjourney created a very beautiful art that I believe is really very beautiful. So what my husband and I tried to do, or we're planning actually to do, is to put that or make that as an NFT. We also have our 11-year-old son who also did that. And what my husband did is that he actually created that as an NFT. Can you imagine an 11-year-old kid who is now 12-year-old? Actually, it's his birthday yesterday. So he just turned 12 years old. A 12-year-old kid can earn money through NFT. And yesterday I talked with different people and they're asking, what is Attention Live? And I explained to them what is Attention Live. Attention Live is a blockchain platform that helps content creators, TikTokers, YouTubers, podcasters to create, monetize your content. If you have a YouTube account, if you have a TikTok, you don't need to have hundreds and thousands of followers and subscribers to monetize your content. Using our platform, you can actually monetize it. So you don't have to be pushed, again, for you to know and learn the best use of Web3 and AI, because whether you like it or not, we are now in blockchain. Although blockchain is not totally 100% regulated here in the Philippines and even in other countries, but we have some government or we have some companies that actually, and our government is supporting blockchain. So here's my message for you guys. Again, the limit is you. So if you are here just to get the merch, all right? If you are here just to collect those umbrellas and merch, you are the limit of yourself. You are not here to learn. But if you're here because you want to learn, you want to collaborate, you want to know more about what these people, the speakers here, the panel, if you listen to each topic of the panel, then you are learning. So again, the limit is you, and you don't have to be pushed. You don't have to wait the sharks to eat you. You don't have to cross that pool. You don't have to know also who pushed you. Just embrace, learn. Everything is available. So we have online communities. You don't need to wait until someone will invite you. Because I just noticed, and I also shared that with my husband, that here in the Philippines, actually, most Filipinos don't want to offer themselves. Like, I want to be part of the community. I need a job. So you don't have to be shy. So here, it's your time. Those speakers here, you can interact with them. It's time for you to talk with them and be part of the community. By the way, we also have our community, so you can join our community. And if you are part of the community, community is a place where you don't have to brag. You don't have to show people that this is what I am now, this is what I want to show off to you guys. But community is a place where people share same interests, where people actually share their knowledge and help each other. So again, I'm inviting everyone that don't wait until you get pushed. Be part of the community. Thank you very much again for listening. Mabuhay.